Hello guys, this is Shranat and you are watching The Gadget Guy. So, I wanted to make my own opinion video on the new phone Samsung Galaxy C9 Pro. The phone which is having 6GB RAM, the first phone in which Samsung has put 6GB RAM and a Type-C port. So, coming to the general specs of the phone comes with a Snapdragon chipset of Snapdragon 653, 6GB RAM, 64GB inbuilt, and an octa-core processor, out of which 1.9 is quad-core and 1.4 is quad-core. That's the breakup of the octa-core processor. Coming to the camera aspects, the camera is 16 megapixel front shooter and a 16 megapixel back shooter. So it has a 1.9 aperture, which is pretty good for getting excellent quality of photos. The photos, obviously the front cam having 16 megapixel itself is a cherry on the cake, but 1.9 is a bonus. So coming to the display is 6-inch large with full HD resolution and a super AMOLED screen. It has 1080 pixels and the battery is 4000 mAh. Coming to the Samsung phones, the battery is never an issue because Samsung provides with S power saving mode, ultra power saving mode and etc., which helps to increase the battery usage. So 4000 in a Samsung phone is easy 2-day usage. There's no problem in that. Coming to the dimensional aspects of the phone is a uni-metal body made of aluminum alloy and it is marvelous. The phone gives ultimate feel in hand. The phone gives a great look, a premium appeal. It looks very rich. Even the display is very rich of the phone. Coming to the software updates, the software aspect of the phone, it comes with 6.0.1 Marshmallow and it has the basic Samsung user interface, but there is a difference in the Samsung user interface over here. Samsung has updated its user face to the next level. In this phone, everything is changed. There are new icons, there is everything new features. The phone also has NFC. There is a new feature like always on display. There is another new feature of screen recording. Yes, not the screenshot, but the screen recording. So there are many new updates which is used by the people so that their day-to-day usage of the phone becomes more convenient. So Samsung has provided with a few updates like that. So I wanted to give my own opinion on this. So I made a list of the pros, the advantages of buying this phone and the cons, the disadvantages of buying this phone. Coming to the advantages, yeah, I have my list over here. Just let me check. Yes, first comes the aluminum alloy body, which we already discussed. It's the designing of the phone is very rich. It's premium, it's very slim, it feels very good. The camera quality is very good. There are no complaints, no negatives over there. But there is a but. Let's go to the disadvantages of them a bit later. RAM storage. RAM is 6GB, storage is 64GB, expandable is 256GB, having a dual SIM. The phone is perfect in those standards. The gaming is very smooth. There are no issues of lags or time lapses over there. The new Samsung UI is very good. The sound is very good and loud. I don't feel any problem while using it or by hearing any music over it. It's very good. And it has a 2.5D curved glass over it, which gives a very smooth edge, which is pretty good. Coming to the negatives of the phone, as per me, the today's market is following 5-inch, 5.5-inch. Having a 6-inch phone is a class apart. It's not a regular one. It's more like a phablet. At least I won't prefer because it's not one-handed. For 5.5, it would be a struggle to use it one-handedly, but at the end, it's kind of manageable. But getting a 6 to be used by one hand, that's a task. At least I feel so. Let's see what your opinion is. Coming to the quality of the display. Guys, there is a small disappointment over here. The pixel quality is not that good. It's just 367 ppi, which is quite low compared to the screen quality they are providing, the Super AMOLED, but still just 367, they could have increased a bit more. A down one for Samsung. there is no front flash to the camera. The Samsung is offering front flash in its low range phones but not over here, so that's a bit negative. Coming to the camera lacks OIS, optical image stabilization is not there in the phone. Thus, the images cannot be that much steady the way you expect by buying this phone. 16 megapixel shooter but no OIS, so that's a big downside for the Samsung. The back camera does not support 4K recording, another big downside. Today, almost all the new phones are coming with 4K. Samsung is offering just 1080p and not 4K recording. The phone is not waterproof or dustproof. Samsung has released phones with waterproof and dustproof technology before, but not in this phone. And after launching a phone in Feb of 2017 and not providing Nougat, that's a big downside again. It's the time of getting Nougat update for almost all the phones, but the Samsung is not getting a new phone out of the box in Nougat. So that's again a bit dicey. And coming to the price point, this is a 37,000 rupees phone pre-ordered on Flipkart. 37 is quite a bit if you concentrate on the negatives. The negatives are way too much. As we all know, there are many phones in the lower price segment with more or almost the same features. So getting a 37,000 for Samsung and that too these specifications is a bit of a downside. Coming to the Snapdragon 653, guys, I wanted to make this a very crucial point. 653 is the newest Snapdragon in the market, no doubt over that. But there is hardly any difference between the 652 and the 653. We compared this phone, which is 653 Snapdragon, the newest one, and a 6GB RAM with another phone of 652 Snapdragon and 3GB RAM, and the results were shocking. Another phone, the older one, could perform way more better than the new one. Though the difference was just for a few seconds, but come on, if I'm buying a new one, I would prefer something good than the previous one and not a downsized to the previous one. So there is hardly any difference between 652 and 653, despite having a 6GB RAM as the backup in the 653. And overall, my response to the Samsung as a brand, Samsung with all its phones, the old ones, the new ones, overall the Samsung has scored in my terms 6.2 out of 10 with its old phone's performance or its new phone's performance, or the small differences like a 653 Snapdragon and not 800s. So overall I would rate Samsung at 6.2 out of 10. The perception in the market, which means when you sell out your phone tomorrow in the market, it's 10 on 10. So you don't have to worry about getting a good value of your phone after a year or 2 years. And the service, Samsung provides a decent service, and regarding the problems which sometimes people face, I would rate it at 8 on 10. Coming to the phone again, the Samsung Galaxy C9 Pro, I would give the phone's display a 7 because of the 367 ppi. I would give camera 9 because of the 1.9 aperture and a 16 megapixel shooter, and minus 1 point because of the OIS. Coming to the chipset, I would again give 9 because of the 6GB RAM and a 1 point down because of the 653. The general specs of the phone with the sensors and all, it's 8, and the storage is 10. 64GB is massive, at least I feel so. Communication is 10. I faced no problem while using this phone. And coming to the battery again I would rate at 9 because Samsung does have phone with 5000 mAh battery as well. Too, with the Samsung's options of extending the battery life, it's still on 9. My overall rating for the phone, with the usage, with the user experience, with the gaming and everything, and with no heating issues of course, I would give this phone a straight 8.6 out of 10. That is my best rating as per me. If this video has helped you while deciding to buy or not to buy the phone, I would be very glad to know about it in the comment section below, and you could help me back by sharing, liking or subscribing my channel. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you.